two of the top five in this season's Premier League. Chelsea third, Everton fifth. Everton kick off. 14 years since they last won the FA Cup. They were big underdogs that day against Manchester United. And certainly they're in the same position today. Here's Leighton Baines and Pino, who's been in really brilliant form. Laney using his height. And a goal from Louis Saha. 26 seconds. A stunning start. Two goalless draws in the Premier League, but in the FA Cup final, Everton have got off to a real flyer. A moment of real quality from a very experienced striker.
Well, it started straight from the kick-off. Yobo played the ball on. Chelsea couldn't deal with it. It's good combination play from Pienaar, and Leighton Baines who had got forward. There was a question mark against the offside. It probably was offside. When Pienaar plays the ball into the box, this is the crucial challenge. Fellaini wins the ball in the box. Saha with space, and what a finish that is with his left foot. Can't blame Petr at all, but that's the battle. Alex against Fellaini. What a start we've got to the game.
Wembley history with the most sensational start. And Everton, who the underdogs, but also the underdogs in terms of would they get a goal, where would it come from? They've got a goal, and the selection of Saha, that was an issue for David Moyes.
Certainly was.
To play Cahill at the outset up front and maybe use Saha later on.
Well, Saha can run in behind people. Cahill, Fellaini can't run in behind people. Saha has got that extra of pace. He's a good turner with the ball. Of course, he's had his injury problems and he's not as consistent as his manager would like him to be. But he does pose a threat in behind. But what a finish that was.
So Chelsea will be recalling that they came from behind here in the semi-final to beat Arsenal. Everton have such a resilience, they have such great character, and now they've got something really to fuel their belief. Baines going in.
It's interesting that the two wide midfield players, Osman and Pienaar, are playing quite narrow just to try and combat that midfield three of Chelsea. Chelsea haven't been able to get on the ball so far.
Skills now really put to the test. Very little has gone wrong. Something happened very bad for his players very late in the Champions League semi-final, second leg of course. We've had a few days of thinking, if only they got to Rome and not Barcelona. And here they are in a final of their own, and Stuart said they've hardly kicked off before they're a goal down. Starting to come out. Essien going in. Two Chelsea grumbles about the challenger on Essien from Pienaar. Here's Malouda. Blocked by Hibbert. Olympic-like defender.
And that was the combination that undid Arsenal. Chelsea equalised here in the semi-final. Big diagonal from Frank Lampard. Malouda on that occasion came inside. There he tried to go outside. They are a threat from set plays.
At the other. Find checks come out to make sure that Chelsea get onto the front foot as soon as possible.
It's important that now Everton don't back off too far. Important that Saha does his defensive duties up front and make Chelsea predictable when they've got the ball. Fellaini in that central midfield area just playing behind him. He's got to do some work as well to stop Chelsea getting into their half too easily.
And Saha, when the FA Cup finals came around when he was a Manchester United player, was always injured, as if he's been waiting for this, and he can't seize the moment much quicker than he did.
Nearly got in again. It's very hesitant there.
Singwa by Lescott. Louis Saha becomes the first Everton player to score twice in this FA Cup run. 8 goals prior to today, all from 8 different players. There's 4 in a penalty shootout from 4 other different players. And Saha, who settled the quarter-final, certainly settled Everton down here. Consolation for Chelsea is there's a full match in which to recover.
Good play from Fellaini, in the forward area, chesting the ball down, bringing others into play, just allows Everton to get players further forward.
Lampard. Everton's going to be in trouble here. Not sure he needed to do that, Stuart. There was still a fair amount for Malouda to do.
I've seen that as a weak point for Everton. Again, Frank Lampard, without even looking, just played that ball over the top. Hibbert was in a forward area. Malouda tried to get back. I'm not sure that Hibbert actually tries to get him there. As Malouda runs across him, I think he just clips his heels.
Pre-game speculation on what was a good bet here. A goalless draw after 90 minutes was one that was being touted. It was certainly that was wiped off the possibility within seconds.
What Saha did well, he realised or anticipated where that header was going to go. He didn't go up against the centre halves, he backed off towards the edge of the box, and the technique was fantastic.
Stint. Such an improvement in Everton Football Club under his management, but no silverware to show for it. There's a wonderful opportunity, but huge respect in the Everton ranks for Chelsea and just the individual ability of the players, but the way Hiddink has moulded them into a fighting outfit again. Lost their way under Scolari. Drogba crashing into the ball and the man.
That was good defending from Everton all round, because they pressed the ball high up, and then when they got played round, they recovered quickly.
Spotted by Lescott in front of Drogba. Even more now, Chelsea will look towards Malouda now that Hibbert's carrying a yellow card. And he's away. Elbow across. Anelka.
was hoping that Howard would come for that. Howard wasn't alert to the situation. So Lescott dealt with it himself. That's a key battle. Didier Drogba against Joleon Lescott. And at the moment, Lescott's won the battle. 3 or 4 times he's intercepted balls or just shrugged Drogba off the ball, won a header against him. Living with the problems at the moment.
Usually sides ease off between success in the semis and the big day itself. It's certainly not been the case with Chelsea and Everton. Chelsea, of course, had the Champions League semi-finals to keep their concentration, but they've won all their league games since they beat Arsenal here in the semi. Everton with 10 points from their last 4 games, making sure that they were ready for a fast start. They were in gear. From the kick-off at Wembley, they were in overdrive. Malouda. It's I think Howard Webb has reacted to a flag from David Richardson.
Tony Hibbert's going to start defending a little bit better. He's got to watch his position. Was he offside? Actually, goal may well have been. In the end, Howard makes the save. Good decision by the assistant referee.
Saha is big. The Belgian of Moroccan descent.
He has to do so much jumping and challenging footballs. He does get tired in the game, so he has to have a good game right at the beginning. In that first half, that first hour, that's when he's at his most effective.
He's made a big contribution already. The ball, pop it down onto the lethal left foot of Louis Saha. Chelsea free kick.
That'll be the first time we'll see Howard Webb give a foul against Fellaini.
Everton really do epitomise the team ethic, the whole greater than the sum of the individual parts. Team ethic already being put to the test by Chelsea's skill, also with the shape of play that Henrik's been asking them to operate within. Essien, Cole, Ashley Cole, of course. Joe Cole missing out, long-term injury. Drogba, Essien. His left foot to better effect against Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, and he did here against Everton at Wembley.
That came to him very quickly. I thought Didier Drogba may have been offside when that ball was played. Hibbert in the 1v1, just has a swing at the ball, it comes back to Essien. Over the bar, came back to him too quickly, ready for him to get down on target.
Pushing by Saha. Simba. Sealed by Pina, the bigger, it is Everton. Cahill. By Neville. Drogba. He's really shown himself to be a man for the big occasion. For the most part, I guess we dismissed the antics at the the semi-final against Barcelona. It's nearly Fellaini in. You can't miss him when you've got the ball at your feet in midfield. He's spotting him, finding him, almost then.
At the moment, Chelsea's 2 centre-halves have been kept very open because of the movement of Fellaini and Saha. If one goes deep, the other one goes forward. If one pulls wide, the other one stays through the middle. So causing Terry and Alex a few problems at the moment.
Cahill. Against Mikel. Went up against Saha. And for the game to be stopped. To remember, won the last final at the old Wembley and the first final here at the new stadium. The trail in the third. Two worrying signs for Everton. Cole and Malouda trying to get down to business. It's a partnership that's been really flourishing recently. Cole voted Chelsea's Player of the Year. Season, he rounded off with a goal, a rare goal for him at Sunderland in a win last weekend. Pina.
Good bit of trickery from Pina, trying to let the ball run to start with, go down the outside of Basingwa, and came back inside. Basingwa has got his problems defensively, hit some of the ball there though.
So spring-heeled. Mikel. Chase that to Ashley Cole. It's quite measured for the left-back. His athleticism will be challenged by the temperatures that he's sprinting in. He'll be glad to get to the second half and into the shaded part of the pitch.
It also tests the athleticism of Osman going back the other way, which is even harder to do. Ashley Cole's made 3 or 4 really good overlapping runs. Osman's trying to go back with him. Hibbert's been sucked in field. That'll be a key battle.
The 5-1 outsiders for the bookmakers to win in 90 minutes. Everton in a 2-horse race ahead of the opposition at the moment. Terry. Cole. That's able to reposition. Basingwa. Here's Alex. Cavallo Deco. Also went for Chelsea. Not even in attendance today.
Terry, when he was looking for Drogba on the diagonal. Drogba was just putting off on Leighton Baines. Drogba hasn't got going so far. Looks like the player earlier in the season looked a little bit lethargic, disinterested. I think he's been playing a lot better since he's been there.
Cahill played for Crusading, of course, for the Socceroos of Australia. Baines with the throw. Volley forward by Essie. By Drogba. Got it back from Nelka, and there was a little lax with the layoff the second time around. Cahill. Saha. Got to touch that. The chase against Terry into space then. It suited Everton.
It's a dangerous moment. John Terry made his mind up to set himself for a volley. If Saha had just got a touch, taking it past him, there was no recovery for John Terry.
Lampard. Now Malouda. Coming from the opposite flank. Again, they've put any pressure on Lescott. Nelka was 10-12 yards outside the penalty area. Here's Cahill. To the test today. It's at a quicker tempo. It would have been the case if we hadn't had Everton static, Drogba on the move, and Chelsea back in business.
Well, Drogba was outside the box when the ball was played forward. Lampard again, it's that combination, Lampard out to Malouda. It's a lovely whipped-in ball into the danger area. Drogba had a real run at it, it was 5 against 1 in the box, but Drogba attacked the ball with more determination. And once he got there, it was a really good technical header. Howard wasn't even able to dive. I said that Lescott was beating Drogba in the early part of the game. When it came and when it mattered, Drogba was first to the ball.
The scorer of the winner in the final 2 years ago is the scorer of the equaliser here in 2009. Centre-forward header.
Certainly was. What a cross that was from Malouda, who's been the outstanding player for Chelsea so far in this game. It's giving Hibbert a really difficult time, although it's the other way around here.
Here comes Hibbert. Cross on the run too. Almost fell to Saha in a pretty similar area. Chelsea this time a little more alive. Old adage about being most vulnerable when you've just scored. Stole it from Lescott and foul Bones.
He hasn't really got into the game so far. Most of the threat's been down Chelsea's left. David Moyes got disappointed with his centre halves when that ball came into the box. It travelled quite a distance. Yes, it was ripped in. He didn't attack the ball.
Rarity, Stuart, in recent years. Both teams have scored in an FA Cup final.
I think that makes for going to be an outstanding game.
Lampard.
Once again, that was a great pass from Frank Lampard. But just turned and got into the space down the side of Yobo. When it came back to Lampard, it's a good strike. Didn't quite dip enough. He can punish Everton 2 ways. He can run into the box and score goals, or score from distance.
In 13 of the last 15 finals, only one team has scored. Exceptions in finals both in Cardiff when Liverpool came back to beat Arsenal 2-1, Michael Owen's match, and of course also at the Millennium, the 3-3 draw between Liverpool and West Ham that Liverpool won on penalties.
Both very good cup finals as well. Hopefully this one will match those.
Alex.
The pattern to the game is set now. Chelsea are going to have most of the possession. They're going to keep trying to feed it out from Lampard out to Malouda. Drogba's going to keep changing positions with Anelka at times, and Everton are going to have to play on the counter-attack.
There is Anelka. Cahill.
Yeah, it wasn't against Cahill. Cahill was just about to have a go at Howard Webb. There's the foul by Fellaini. He tried to allow advantage. Cahill wasn't the one penalised.
Good communication from the referee, because I think Tim Cahill was about to really let rip. It was a shirt pull. He's coming away with the ball. He's down on the ground.
I think this was a foul. Watch as it. Fellaini tries to turn it. Essien goes right over the top of the ball. That's a bad challenge. Really bad challenge from Michael Essien. Tried to wrap his legs round Fellaini. Gets the ball the second time. That should be a booking.
I'm afraid Hibbert's challenge on Malouda pales into insignificance.
Certainly does.
Hibbert was booked.
I think you can say Howard Webb, the attacker was on the blind side of him. Essien was in the way of Howard Webb's view.
Drogba has yet again come up with the goods on the very big occasion for Chelsea.
Look at his position here. Just comes from the edge of the box, he's jogging in, and now he attacks it. He gets between the two centre-halves. Johnny and Lescott was too static. Didn't attack the ball. And it was a really good finish from Didier Drogba. On his day, he's unstoppable.
Unplayable. And it's looking a bit more likely now that it might be Chelsea's day. Of course, there was a huge amount of recovery time from Saha's sensational opener inside the first 30 seconds. Neville. Pino. Sometimes it's often said to you, isn't it, you can score too early, but we'll see.
I think what you can say about Chelsea, they didn't panic, they didn't become rushed, they carried on playing their game.
And they look left to get it right, if you understand my drift. That's that part of the pitch they're travelling Everton in again.
Once again, Frank Lampard dropped off there, but he allowed Malouda to make the forward run, he allowed Ashley Cole to make the overlapping run. And every time they hit that ball into the space, as Didier Drogba spinning into the space, full-back on Malouda is causing Everton problems.
Just to emphasise the point about Drogba, and you said it, Stuart, but he didn't do much in the first part of the season, did he? He's come stronger in the latter months, scored in the quarter-final, settled the semi-final, and he's come up with a big goal here in the final.
And he's got great athleticism, he's a big, strong player, when he attacks the ball, when he's got that menace about his game. As you quite rightly said, he's unstoppable at times. He's making another run behind Yobo. There's two centre-halves that should be able to cope with his athleticism. It's Yobo and Lescott, because they're both big, strong players, both quick as well. Whoever's got possession of the ball will be less tired than the team chasing it, that's for sure.
That's giving possession away to Lampard of Chelsea. Malouda again. Ashley Cole setting off. Malouda fancies his own pace against the already booked Hibbert. His right back did well. Manchester United 5 years ago. Baines played in that final against Manchester United for Millwall. Fellaini. Working hard to keep it in. To get players around Fellaini if they're going to just float it up to his head.
That's a wasteful throw from Pienaar, throwing it 20-30 yards up to Fellaini. There's no one around him. What's he going to do with it? If he flicks it on, it's just going to go to a Chelsea player. He can't bring it down. Just going to take their time, Everton. Just get a foothold back in the game.
Essien, Lampard. Baines is there for Everton. Here's Osman. Someone outside him, Hibbert coming from deep and really bursting into the space, concerned about the gap he might leave if Chelsea got it to Malouda. Osman's cross. Here's Anelka. He's got it past Hibbert. All of some range. Chance for Anelka.
I've got to say, Hibbert's recovery run there was poor. Luda was on for a long time. Anelka had turned away from it once. Lampard turned away from it. Eventually, when the ball was played, Hibbert still wasn't back in his right-back slot. It's important if he does go forward. He can't get back Osman. Even Neville fills in for him.
Alex. Chelsea work it. To the far side again to Ashley Cole this time. So back from Malouda. Ran into trouble on that occasion. Only in his short time in English football has a good record at Wembley. He scored on his Chelsea debut here in a Community Shield. He scored in that semi-final win in April against Arsenal.
David Moyes has just asked Saha to play on the right-hand side, so that when Ashley Cole does go forward, Everton may be able to get the ball out to him in the space that Ashley Cole's left. It hasn't worked for them so far. It has meant they've been short up front when they play the ball forward.
First half an hour, during which time both Chelsea and Everton have scored. How these two teams have been matched in the Premier League this season. There's always the possibility of the extra half hour. A single. Across, under some challenge. And they're caught out again here. Malouda crosses again. Whipping in best, making sure his hands were behind his back. Certainly when anybody looked at him, they were when the initial contact was made. I'm not quite so sure. He looked slightly guilty, but it couldn't have been deliberate.
First time we've seen Lampard really break forward beyond the front players. He's dominating the game from a deeper position where he's spraying passes around.
Lampard with the corner, a lot of height on it. Towards Alex. It's a great tussling against the odds by Pinar. He's such a gritty and skillful player as well. Saha. Cahill was better from Everton on the counter-attack.
What a pass that was from Saha as well. There he was just making a forward run. Saha nearly picked him out to perfection.
Just got to it. Drogba wheels away, arm raised in the frustration. As it was so close to putting him in. Saha, recovering well from right back. He needed to.
It was his fault to start with. He went in behind the centre half. Saha pulled onto him and then made the run in behind Alex. Fortunately, Basinga got back. Just had the pace to get the other side of Saha. It's a worrying moment for the back four of Chelsea.
I made the point about Lampard, Stuart. Basinga hasn't got forward much either, and he certainly when Scolari was the boss, he was bombing on all the time, wasn't he? But it's been left, and left again.
Well, I think they've looked at. I think has looked at the Everton setup and thought that the left-hand side is where they can cause problems. Lampard just goes a bit deeper, playing on the left-hand side of the three in midfield. It allows Ashley Cole and Malouda to really dominate that area.
Drogba. Unsuccessfully. Neville. To the feet of Fellaini. There's no one really running to give him an option in behind Chelsea. Passes in the last couple of minutes.
When Everton actually get hold of the ball, they take their time and allow other players to go and join Saha. They've shown a bit of quality. Saha just trying to flick that over John Terry and get into his path. Again, Alex and Terry were too far apart.
Hibbert has come through the ranks with Everton. Sides met in the
semi-finals of the League Cup last season. Chelsea won home and away. Into that 22-game unbeaten streak Chelsea hold of the Indian side on Everton. But it's 1-1. Just one trophy in 22 years. That was the FA Cup here in 1995. Mascot going for the same ball. It drops for Lampard. Mikel. Malouda. Cole was going into his space this time, but good hand from Essien. Here's Cole. Back from Malouda. Anelka. Let's see a way through for the shot. Defending well. They're still having to defend here. Singwa. Lampard. No flag. Challenged by the Pina. Both sides looking to the assistant. One for offside, one for a penalty.
It's just the wrong angle on the pass here from Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard comes off, finds space. Trying to step up for offside. Hibbert kept them all on, so if he'd have played the ball straighter, Anelka could have been in for a shot. But it just allowed Pienaar to get back. It was Anelka that was leaning into Pienaar. That's why it wasn't a penalty. And that's why it's a corner, a goal kick as well.
Off Drogba's head, and it's with Malouda again. Osman trying to help Hibbert. Ashley Cole wanting to be threaded through there. Didn't quite come off, but somehow David Moyes and his coaching staff have got to try and deal with the heat and deal with the hot property that Chelsea have down their left-hand side. Gone down half a degree.
Hasn't stopped Ashley Cole running forward, has it? I mean, what he's doing, I think he feels that Osman's not a threat to him going the other way. So it allows him every time Chelsea get time on the ball, he can make those forward runs, and his movement's been excellent. Even when he's run in field, he's taken Osman with him, and it leaves even more space for Malouda to get the ball out wide. Been really creative down that left-hand side.
Yobo. Petr Cech. Running out of room, which he could use his hands. Stay within the limits.
That was sloppy by Ashley Cole because Saha just pulled onto his shoulder. The ball was hit. Ashley Cole didn't go back, hoping that Petr Cech would come out. It's very, very tight.
Tom Drogba, Lampard making one of his trademark runs that time off the front man. Fellaini. Good come from a neutral perspective is when they do that. They have caused some threat. Cahill. Has gone against Fellaini.
Oh, I think that was very tight. I thought Saha might be offside. I'm not sure Fellaini was. But Chelsea are trying to play a high back line. They are taking risks. It's a good game so far. Fellaini. It's key. Getting possession and allowing Everton to get players forward.
We're not very good in this country when it gets very hot, are we?
You wouldn't want Fellaini's hairstyle in this heat, would you?
You wouldn't. He loves it. And it's certainly given him cult status, along with the fact that he's had a very encouraging first season. You can't have hair like that if you're a bad player. Braided look favoured by Pienaar. Osman beckoning Hibbert forward. equation. A loose one from Drogba allows him to get back.
If he does go forward, Hibbert, he's got to make sure he makes it count. He's got to get a cross into the box. That's what Everton feed off. They get it in wide areas. Cahill making his forward run. Fellaini's good in the air. Saha's a good header of the ball as well.
Louis Saha, who's had sick note status really over the last few years, but no one's ever doubted the ability that he has, and he is right to play.
Aspect of Saha's play that isn't good. If he gets it all right, he's a fantastic player. He can run with the ball, he can twist and turn. He's a good finisher, he's got a good shot, he's got a great spring, and he brings others into play. He doesn't do it all on the same day, that's the problem.
Everton pressed into a mistake here. Drogba, a bit between his teeth, the ball at his feet, but not for long, because Neville got back after his error. Cahill, giving him going. Pienaar, 5 forward for Everton in this attack. Fellaini, Hibbert, he should get a cross in this time. Got some good headers of the ball. It's really tailored to bring those qualities into play.
That was a really poor cross. Didier Drogba just getting up the other end of the field.
Almost manufactured the pass here, and Ashley Cole, fresh from his goal at Sunderland in the Premier League last weekend, might have approached this with a bit more confidence and a bit more accuracy.
Malouda was trying to play it back to one of his centre halves, and it came off Fellaini. Hibbert struggling. He's beaten far too easily here. He's almost jogging, and then it's a really poor effort from Ashley Cole at the end. I think Hibbert will be a little bit worried that he's been booked, but he's just his pace, his lack of energy, his positional play is not quite good enough at the moment, and I'm sure David Moyes may have to do something about it at half-time. It's going to be over behind him again.
It's non-stop at Hibbert, getting all the help he might expect. It's been a harrowing first half for the Everton right-back.
Of course, they could put Phil Neville back there and bring Rodwell in the position that Neville's playing. Be a straight swap, that might just improve them.
Still in the centre of midfield. It's it back from Leon Osman. Cahill, Fellaini. Not really given much chance to do that. The Chelsea give it away through Alex. And that will be a free kick. And something that Chelsea got to guard against. Impetuous there, as they can load in their bigger men. Both Lescott and Yobo are defenders who can score. Lescott in particular. Fellaini and Saha. That's not to mention yet the main man, Tim Cahill, who has such a high capacity to get free when opponents think that they have him in their sights. He sometimes uses teammates as shield. It's only into the gloves of Cech. Well, it should have been into the gloves of Cech. Being a season where at times his very high standards have dropped, and it's the ball that's dropped here.
He loses concentration here because there's no challenge on him. The ball was very deep. It's a poor set play from Leighton Baines. David Moyes was going mad on the side when that was played into the box. They've got another opportunity.
They've got Chelsea will regard as a cheap corner, and they work it short. Baines. And the extra compliments counter-charge there by Chelsea. To this first half, against the pessimists who said that this would be tight and tense as the league games have been between the two goalless draws. Well, we're drawing here. Time almost upon us. Stuart, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, obviously Everton got off to a great start, and I don't think it's worked out quite how we expected. Look at the way Chelsea have played all down that left-hand side. We thought a lot of it would come from Basima down the right, maybe a Nelka. It's all been down that left-hand side. I think David Moyes has got to make a change. But if Everton can just keep hold of the ball in midfield for a couple of passes and then get it wide and get crosses into the box, I still think Cahill, Fellaini, Saha can still beat Chelsea's back two in the air.
That is the end of a vibrant first half at Wembley. Who's hitting? Saw his side go down to the fastest ever FA Cup final goal, scored by David Moyes. It's Louis Saha, the manager's pick. But the man for the big occasion, Didier Drogba, came up with a big header for Chelsea. And Chelsea have looked threatening, particularly down, as Stuart was saying, down that left-hand side where Hibbert has been exposed and has struggled against the combined threat of Florent Malouda, who made the goal, and Ashley Cole, who also had a very good chance to score near the end of this first half. But at half-time, it's level, but we've had goals from both sides. Chelsea won, Everton won. So the scene is set for the second half. 90,000 crammed in here, billions of you watching from all around the globe. It's still spellbinding. And this is the FA Cup final, second half, at 1-1.
We've also seen a change with the way Everton are lining up front. Just from this first few seconds, it looks as though Cahill's going to play further forward. Fellaini's going to play deeper up against Michael Essien. So another change they've made, Everton, not in personnel but in terms of positional.
Shadow starting to lengthen a little bit here. Alex to take the free kick. In a very positive way for Chelsea, just betting themselves into the second period.
What Cahill's going to do, he's going to close his centre-halves down. Fellaini played slightly deeper. It almost looks as though he's going to play up front with Saha rather than that position slightly deeper. But it does leave Mikel really wide open to get hold of the ball and start to dictate things for Chelsea.
Strength there against Malouda. Jacobson needing to defend again. They're pleased just to get these early moments safely achieved. And he's got a very, very important job if Chelsea approach the second half on the line to the first. Everton can shut that particular door. They'll certainly have a better chance of coming out on top here.
Phil Neville was on the ground here and just had a little jump. He did catch Mikel. Mikel put his foot in the way just to try and shield the ball. Not a good challenge by Phil Neville. Certainly not as bad as the one that Essien made on Fellaini in the first half.
There was an incident in, I mentioned those League Cup semi-finals between the two last season. Mikel was sent off at Stamford Bridge in an incident with Phil Neville. The card is out now.
I think Phil was slightly unfortunate there when you think what happened. That tackle by Essien, which was far worse.
Defended by Lescott. Back by Mikel. Harm's way by Neville. Alex for the free kick. He can use his height maybe in a different way now. A more offensive way. Lampard. Here comes Ashley Cole. Osman trying to track him. Does his job, but it's cost a corner.
But Osman likes to get in the box the other end, and all he's been doing in this game so far is tracking back.
Alex and Terry come forward again. A snapshot for Malouda. It was on his better side.
It was a great leap by Saha to clear this ball, but he headed it back into the danger area. He needs to get height on this. It's straight to Malouda. Just came to him a bit too quickly, really.
Of course, the closer to 90 minutes we get, the more the psychology comes into play. Dare you risk losing to go for the win? It'd be harder for Everton to do that. Some tidying up here to be done by the Chelsea and England captain John Terry.
Since his goal, Saha hasn't read the situations particularly well. A couple of times Cahill's won the ball in the air, Fellaini's won the ball in the air. He hasn't anticipated quick enough.
Some great closing down on Lescott by Drogba. Baines with the crossfield pass. Mikel, Essien. Lampard suggesting he was innocent there. Everton had the ball, so the referee played on. And Cahill certainly doing that with that appetite. It's such an important part of his game. It allows his talents, undoubted talents, to flourish. He's had to work very hard to get to this level of the game from where he came from. He's determined not to let any minute pass without making the maximum use of it. Jakobsen. Able to put it in towards Fellaini. This is Pienaar. Can he shift it and shoot? Well, he wasn't thinking of doing that. He was trying to involve Leighton Baines, I think, but there was no chance of Baines getting it there. And Chelsea break with Anelka. Lampard to one side, Drogba to the other. Drogba trying to drag defenders away. Lampard. Supporting cast arriving in the shape of Ashley Cole. His 6th FA Cup final, remember. And Jakobsen rips it out of immediate danger, but it's another corner.
At least he saw the danger, Jakobsen. I think Hibbert was seeing the danger in the first half. Give and go from Ashley Cole, showing plenty of pace. Well, that really started a bad bit of play down the other end. Baines looked as though he might get in behind them. It was too short to him. Chelsea attacked the space he'd come from.
Towards John Terry at the near post. The referee blows his whistle.
Taken by Fellaini to start with, then a push in the back. Osman made the most of it.
It's much easier for referees to give decisions that way. is steeped in the history of English football. Who's hitting? He's worked all around the world. The coach, the winner of the equivalent in Holland, Dutch National Cup 4 times. He would love to have an FA Cup on his CV.
His whole tenure, albeit short, what it's regarded as will be dependent on this game. Chelsea need to win a trophy. If he wins it, it's successful. If he doesn't, it's been a successful little spell.
Anelka, Drogba. Anelka will get to it, and perhaps he shouldn't have done. Baines heads away. Anelka's cross is a cunning one. There's a little bit too much air on it. Tim Howard made it his. Made it every minute of Everton's season. The goalkeeper from the USA. Yobo, who was out of favour for good periods of the season, but has benefited from an unfortunate accident to Phil Jagielka. It was the only ball that Yobo had on, and sometimes it's beholden on players further forward to recognise that fact. Maybe not so easy to achieve that, make that run when you're sweltering in the Wembley sunshine. Certainly they are doing up front for Everton. Slightly cooler temperatures. We're watching the play develop now. Cole, Lampard, Mikel. It's made to hurry by Pienaar. There was a bit of uncertainty from Chelsea at the back in the first half. And you just wonder whether the switch to get Cahill's legs around Alex, who we know is carrying an injury, going through some pain.
It's also been their positional play. They're trying to play very high offside line, Chelsea. I don't think they've always done that. It must be something that was hitting. John Terry's worried about his pace. In previous years under Mourinho, they dropped slightly deeper. They're trying to play a very high offside line. I don't think that suits John Terry.
Osman won the FA Youth Cup, the equivalent of this competition on the national level, under 18s. Everton produced a lot of players at that level, including a certain Wayne Rooney, of course. The finances of the club dictate that they have to cash in on a number of them as well. Bill Kenwright, the showbiz impresario who runs the club, looking for a billionaire. Win the FA Cup and sell it would be his dream, because he loves being hands-on, but he knows that's for the future benefit. And he's unselfish enough to realise that others with deeper pockets have got to try and take Everton up. They're one off the big four in the league positions this season, but it's a huge gap really in terms of finances. Michael Ballack missed out a couple of years ago. Now, wondering whether who's hitting will summon his experience.
The player that's been ineffective, really, from Chelsea's point of view, has been Essien. Usually we see him dominating midfield, making bursting runs forward, winning tackles. I don't think he's done any of that in this game so far. It's been Mikel who's controlled a lot of the play. So too Lampard. And there's Gosling.
Through Dan Gosling, knocked out Manchester United. If you beat Chelsea as well, you certainly deserve to win the FA Cup.
You certainly have. Two epic encounters against Liverpool, which they finally overcome in extra time.
Now, the other side really have supremacy in the second half. A spell of attrition, really. Never.
So Jakobsen steadied them down this right-hand side. His positional play's been good. He's seen the runs. Cole.
Saha. Ball went up to Cahill. And Saha coming from a slightly deeper position. Quick to fasten onto it. It's a shot delivered under some pressure, as the outcome showed. Manager of the year, voted that by his fellow managers. That's the ultimate accolade, really. When you think that it's the third time he's won that award, and hasn't been picking up silverware, speaks volumes for the respect in which David Moyes is held. And rightly so. Yoba, offside. Cahill was coming back. Ball travelled a long way.
If Everton are going to play those long balls forward, it's important they do get support, and that was better. Cahill created a 2v1 up against Masingwa, Pienaar.
The tape coming on. Ballack was applying it. Come on, but he could be coming on here with a goal for Chelsea, and for Anelka, who sprinted onto the scene, beat Tim Howard, but couldn't quite get the shot on target. Otherwise Chelsea would have been in front here.
Look at this pass from Frank Lampard. Anelka's pace gets beyond Yopo, just lifts it too high. Tim Howard was caught in no man's land. The vision, the precision of the pass from Lampard was brilliant. With the pace of Drogba and Malouda making his runs, and Anelka, it's the best policy.
The usual pre-final criticism about the ticket allocation, only 25,000 each for the fans of Everton and Chelsea. Penalises Cahill here. I must say the noise levels are rising now. So get to the last half hour, it's going to be decided in 90 minutes.
Cahill wasn't within playing distance of the ball. Tim Cahill had a little tug at him to start with, then tried to run around him. Cahill just ran across his line. Sometimes referees make those decisions a bit too quickly.
Well, you called it, Stuart. Michael Essien, not his normal dominant self. A little off the pace today. Now he's off the pitch.
Michael Ballack will pose a threat in the air. He's got the athleticism of Michael Essien, but Michael Essien didn't show his athleticism today. Didn't break away from anybody. He was hardly involved in the game. Michael Ballack gets his chance.
Saha. That's Masingwa. And it's really here for the winning. Particularly as Tiredness comes in, blocked by Cahill with an arm, but as they have Webb saying, not intentional. Cahill to swing into the shot, and Cahill might be wishing now that's not the case because he's limping.
Whacked into him. John Terry was trying to clear it. Great bravery from Tim Cahill. I think he probably fouled Alex when the ball first went up, just gave him a nudge in the back. And a solid player, Tim Cahill. He'll battle for everything.
And they're a solid team, Everton Football Club. Pienaar. Osman going in. I felt Neville won't shoot, despite the cries from the crowd. Certainly not his game. And it's Pienaar. Here comes Czech. Feet of Baines.
Well played, Masingwa and Czech. Just saw that run. It's a good run from Leighton Baines.
Drogba. Stern defending by Yoba. says he got the ball, and Webb begs to differ.
He's going to be booked for his protest rather than the foul, I think. Can lose his head very quickly, Mikel, at times. Do very well to keep quiet now.
Well, fitness is going to be a factor here. The Chelsea players definitely believed that their fitness levels dropped under Scolari. And one of the ways Hiddink immediately pleased them was making them work harder in training.
You have to train at the same tempo as you play, and I don't think that happened under Scolari. That was the criticism. Now they're used to playing at a high tempo. It doesn't shock the system when you play in the matches.
Clipped by Neville towards the dangerous head of Fellaini. Pienaar settling for the throw. Just a couple of minutes here with Everton looking to pin Chelsea back rather than play on the break. And Chelsea finished the first half strongly, really reasserted themselves as who Hiddink would like.
I've got to say, I think Everton are growing in confidence a little bit at the moment.
Pienaar. Looks as though it might be within the range of Fellaini, but blatantly wasn't. Ball by Ashley Cole. Luda now trying to play his trade a little bit more infield. Certainly a night attack for Raheem. He could have gone down there, but chose not to. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get a free kick, and this one became was a bit under hit. Didn't trouble Everton too much. Pienaar. The underdog showing again that they've got some teeth, some bite. They certainly nipped Chelsea in the first minute of the match. We're coming to a decisive area of the FA Cup final of 2009. 20 minutes to the second half already gone.
He said that Jakobsen won't get forward too much. Maybe plays the ball inside, goes on the run. Never really looks as though he was going to catch this ball. Hasn't got exhilarating pace.
Well, some players will find something extra in these circumstances. Usually the great athletes, usually the great optimists. But others may be weaker in mind and body, only relatively speaking, of course, might find it a little bit tougher. Certainly the sports scientists will be wanting some sort of break so that players can take on some rehydration, get some water inside them.
Well, it hasn't contributed so far since he's been on. Tackled his own players a couple of times. This time it's Pienaar. Just trying to get away from him, and it's another opportunity. Can Everton get the ball into the danger area? Their crossing hasn't been good enough so far. They've got such good headers of the ball. We talk about Yobo and Lescott, one or two others. The crosses haven't been good enough.
This one is from Baines. Cahill behind him with Saha. Louis Saha close to a second, close to giving Everton the lead for a second time.
Should score, and that shows you if the crosses are good enough, Everton will get on the end of them. It's well worked. No one presses the ball. It comes into the danger area. Saha should score. He's been marked by Ashley Cole there to start with. Ashley Cole doesn't go back with him. Good opportunity.
He's coming onto it rather like Drogba came onto it for his goal. And the eyes light up if you're... I was going to say a number 9. He is a number 9, but of course it doesn't really matter these days. That's showing my age, I'm afraid. But you know what I mean. If you're a big striker, you love heading the ball. And some very good crosses. Malouda, who provided the one for Drogba to score. He's able to cross it again, not really challenged.
No, but the trouble is, Jakobsen went for the crossfield ball. It was played in between him and Saha. John Terry read it and played it straight into the space for Malouda to run onto. Jakobsen couldn't get back.
Terry, sun in the eyes, but he made a good contact. Is he going to go up the steps to get the FA Cup again for Chelsea? Philip Neville. He's shown himself to be Everton through and through after some marvellous times with Manchester United. Malouda, Jacobson and Cole. Hoisted in by Ashley Cole. It's time for Baines to have a look round to see if he was going to be challenged in the air. He knew he wasn't. Handball given.
That's where Howard Webb could have let play continue. Chelsea had good possession there.
Nelka. Ballack hasn't really got going. Osman. And Saha knew. You have a look for two reasons. One, to make sure whether the flag goes up or not, and secondly, to make sure you don't have to run if the decision is offside. Tim Cahill still moving gingerly after that incident a couple of minutes back.
Ball was kicked into him, and then he gets a whack. John Terry's knee goes into his thigh, his hip bone. That'll be painful. It's just a dead leg. It's hard to run. It will stiffen up certainly as the game wears on.
John Terry in the left-back position at the moment, realising that he needs to get back. Probably wants to spell in the shade. And here goes Malouda. Really fizzed it across, and in the end it's hit Drogba. He appreciates the penetration in the run.
Good play from Malouda, goes past Osman far too easily, and he whacks this across. It comes off Fellaini to start with, and then hits Drogba.
Could have easily flown into the net.
I think it could have flown into the net off Fellaini as well.
We're 20 minutes away from giving you an extra helping here. Pienaar. Baines. Pienaar wants it again, and his energy levels look good. Even though his touch wasn't quite there. That's encouraging for Everton.
But Everton have certainly shown the way that they can score. They can have a bit of combination play in wide areas, they can set up a cross and then get enough players in the box. That's the only way I can see them scoring against Chelsea at the moment.
Hiddink, as Dutch coaches often do, Stuart, expect his defenders to be able to defend. He's not going to pad them out with midfield players.
No, certainly not. He doesn't expect his midfield players to go back in with, go past his centre-backs. The centre-backs have got to deal with it. They play zonally. They have to deal with it when it comes into the box.
Malouda. Malouda again, winning the World Cup from member for France. Lampard. Never shy about shooting, and you can see why. A Wembley spectacular from Frank Lampard. And that dance round the corner flag, a reminder of his father, who also won the FA Cup. Frank Lampard Senior, in his West Ham days, used to celebrate a rare goal from the dad like that, but the son does this all the time.
Well, he's going to shoot with his right foot. He cuts inside Neville, and then he hits the shot perfectly with his left foot. He's got two great feet. It's an excellent strike. Howard gets a touch to it. There's the trickery. Slips over, then regains his composure and balance. Strikes it perfectly. Fingertips from Howard, not enough.
Well, there was just that momentary stumble which might have given Everton a chance to nick the ball away from Lampard, and once the shot got going, once Howard reached it, maybe he could have done a bit more to keep it out. But it's going Hiddink's way now, and Frank Lampard yet again has reached 20 goals for the season, the 20th coming in glorious style. And so similar to their semi-final at Wembley, they've made 1-0 down into 2-1 up. That was enough against Arsenal in April. Will it be enough against Everton?
Good response from Everton. Pienaar having a shot, almost went into the path of Osman. Saha coming in at the far post. He's better off just whipping this into the danger area. Sends it with the outside of his boot, instead of whipping it in with the inside. We talked about Lampard before the game. He can score both ways. He can run into the box and time his runs, or if they back off of him, he can hit shots from distance. It's the latter that has paid off for him today.
What a bonus it is to have a 20-goal midfield man, season in, season out.
It's magnificent midfield play, and he's set up most of Chelsea's players well today, so he's not just a goal scorer.
He was voted Chelsea's player of the season. He was very close, I think, to becoming the footballer of the year. Went to Steven Gerrard. Concentration important for Chelsea now after the jubilation. Frank Lampard Sr. scored a semi-final winner for West Ham against Everton at Ellen Road, danced round the corner flag, and it's obviously in the Lampard family archives as Frank set off a similar celebration here, Frank Jr.
Frank Sr. had his socks down by his ankles. He was a very weary player. It was extra time in that game, I remember it well.
Beautifully kept in by Ashley Cole. Chelsea are on the charge again. Lampard's on the charge again, but he goes for the pass this time. Malouda, no flag, and that would have been the FA Cup.
Got to go through this with his laces. Again, which player set it up? Frank Lampard. Was he offside? Yes, he probably was. Yes, he was. But once he's got into that position, he's got to go with power, low and hard. Put his laces through the back of the ball. Instead, he goes for the chip. He knows it's a bad error.
James Vaughan is a striker, one who exploded into the Premier League. He scored a Premier League goal for Everton when he was only 16. But he's been dogged by injuries since then. He returned after 5 months out to score in the penalty shootout in the semi-final here to help beat Manchester United. But it's the Roman Empire of Chelsea at the moment.
There's that goal again. Nelka playing the ball into Lampard. He's in good space. Phil Neville tries to get close to him, doesn't do so. But it's that ability just to change his mind here. As he was going to shoot with his right foot, he realised that Neville was too close, slipped over. You thought the moment was gone, but no, he regains his composure, and it's a really good left foot strike. And that's the bonus of having two good feet.
That's one for Dad. Certainly one for Chelsea. His 130th goal for the club.
Substitution for Everton, coming off the field, number 9, Louis Saha.
Whose afternoon started so spectacularly. Younger legs required. Vaughan's all hustle and bustle.
There's another player that's good in the air. He certainly will put a challenge in whenever the ball comes in the box and when it's played forward. Decision by Howard Webb. Action replay may prove me wrong. Fulani just goes for the ball. He's wholehearted. Goes up in the air. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that challenge whatsoever. I think sometimes Fellaini's punished just because he's big.
With Chelsea, a goal down at Southend in the third round replay, a goal down at Watford in the fifth round, a goal down in the semi-final against Arsenal, and a goal down here in the final. And yet, here they are, 13 minutes away from being confirmed as the winners of this very eventful FA Cup season. Bounce-back ability.
Well, there's a swerve on that. Was it over the line? Well, the assistant
I thought that was a
in
goal.
a position to give it. Flora Malouda, arm raised, but the flag wasn't raised. I must say that was my first instinct as well, Stuart.
Certainly my first instinct as that shot went in and hit the underside of the bar. Thought the ball was over the line. So too did the Chelsea players, not surprisingly. What a strike that was from Malouda. Picked up the ball. He's gone further infield now that Jakobsen's played well since he's been on.
Here's Basingwa. So Malouda, who's missed a chance since it went 2-1. Has he been wrongly denied the goal here, Drogba? Chelsea still trying to stay on the front foot. Everton have to find some reserves of energy. Get the best angle from here. I'm not sure this is the one that will tell us.
That's a goal. Our instincts were right at the beginning. He knows it. The Chelsea players knew it. Everton have got away with that. It's a great strike from Malouda. He's been outstanding throughout the game, particularly in the first half. What a difference he's been under the leadership of his hitting.
Will it go into Wembley folklore as the moment that cost Chelsea winning the FA Cup in 2009? Or will it just be a little footnote to a success that's already assured?
He's a long way off his line. Tim Howard hits the underside of the bar, that's over, and the spin then takes it back into play.
1966 and all that.
Other end, isn't it? Or the same end.
Different stadium. Different, the old Wembley. Which is shaped, you're quite right, Stuart pointed, the same way but moved. The way we're probably sitting over where the old pitch was. Stand behind the touchline that you're just looking down at. They're throwing the worst, the Evertonians. Terry. Enough pace on it for him to think about scoring from there, but you never know where the goalkeeper might be. He hadn't committed himself. Chase on for Vaughan. Pienaar, who played it, has gone on into the middle. Check, the fingertips, enough there just to help it out of harm's way, but victory out was Osman. Fellaini in the middle, Neville trying to pick him out. Cahill was another obvious target. Drogba. Well, there are going to be chances now, aren't there? Either Everton are going to get something from overcommitting, or they're going to be picked off by the quality that Chelsea have on the break. Ashley Cole. 2 goals in the season would be a lot for him, 2 in a week.
Certainly would. Everton going to make another substitution, as you quite rightly said.
Substitution for Everton coming off for number 20.
Gosling. Made great progress this season. That goal to beat Liverpool was his highlight, but he's been regularly involved.
When he came on against Liverpool, first 3 or 4 touches he had, so he'd never played before, and then suddenly scored that goal, and his confidence has risen ever since. Then Gosling.
Do you think they brought on 2 youngsters in Vaughan and Gosling? Chelsea have brought on Germany's captain Michael Ballack. There's a difference in the squad. Actually, it has worked because Tony Morris has been able to inspire
the group. They have been such a tight-knit group. Missing the likes of Arteta, of course, Kubu, who was injured so early in the season, Jagielka, who we've missed. We've mentioned, rather, missing out on the big day that he created with the winning penalty.
Well, I thought when they lost Arteta, it would be a real problem.
89,391. Some 25,000 cheery as they're backing Chelsea. The Italians gloomy at the moment, hoping the team can dig deep again. They've done it plenty of times this season. Here's Ashley Cole. Goes back to Basingwa. Lampard wants to get within range of goal again, and down he goes. Howard Webb has given a free kick against Lampard. Well, if he's done that, he's got to book him, and he has done.
Late decision from Howard Webb. Was he right or not? Lampard shielding the ball, tries to get the cross in first time. Well, there is contact with Pienaar, but I think he makes the most of it. Pienaar's leg coming across him. There certainly was contact. The refs would have given the penalty.
So that really could have gone either way.
I think it's very harsh on Frank Lampard to get a yellow card, really.
Chelsea have become accustomed to not getting penalties, I don't think. They certainly had those claims against Barcelona.
They haven't been used to goals not being given when they've gone over the line.
Yes, it should be done and dusted now. Chelsea fans will be feeling plenty of justification.
I'm not sure that bringing Gosling on has helped Everton, because now Malouda and Ashley Cole, once again their movements causing all sorts of problems down this left-hand side. Ashley Cole's become more into the game again.
Pienaar. Life in his legs and ambition in his mind.
This is a great tackle from Pienaar, wins the ball. Does actually roll up the ball and go on to Basingwa. Someone screaming and shouting. No way that Everton should stop there. Carry on and play.
Just jogging back into position.
Now, because Everton have got to win the ball back quickly. They're 2-1 down, they have to win the ball back quickly, get it forward. So they are going to have to lunge into challenges, they're going to have to take slide tackles. There are going to be free kicks.
Chelsea are really amongst the nouveau riche of the game. Won the FA Cup 97, 2000, the old Wembley, 2007 here. Losing finalists 94, 2002. They did also win it in 1970. After a replay, they beat Leeds to Old Trafford in Manchester. And Ashley Cole is closing in on this fifth winners' medal. Three of the players in the late 19th century did it. Times, and he's played very well today, Ashley Cole. Never been beaten by the conditions, that's for sure.
He's shown great athleticism, he's made lots of forward runs. He's done really well, Ashley Cole.
The sponsors' man of the match is indeed Ashley Cole.
His forward play made Everton have to make that substitution at half-time. Yes, Malouda is the player that kept on going past Hibbert, but it was actually Cole's movement, runs, combination football that caused all the problems.
Chelsea taking as much time as Howard Webb will allow. Singwa, Ballack, Lampard, Malouda to cut it back. Lampard's there again.
Malouda's the sort of player that needs someone to combine with him. He had Abidal at Lyon, France. And now he looks like he's formed a really good partnership with Ashley Cole in this Chelsea side.
They're asking for handball. Given it against Anelka. They'll be wanting Abramovich to try and do a deal to get heading back. Still no successor announced, of course. Ancelotti in the news, Carlo Ancelotti from Milan. Mixed messages coming out of part of the San Siro.
Agony for these Everton supporters. And a free kick there just inside their own half. You expect one of the centre-halves to take it, get players forward. They took it quickly. It was a hopeful ball forward, real waste.
20 points between them in the Premier League. Final league table. Looks like 23 games now in which Everton have failed to beat Chelsea. David Moyes has been in charge for a good period of that stint, but it's not done and dusted yet. Here's Leighton Baines, scampering forward again. Cahill winding up. Really want to give up about the strongest of fights.
I think this is a poor decision. Got players in the box, just need to get it into the danger area. Look at Fellaini in there, Vaughan, both good in the air. You can see what that means to David Moyes. Not happy with that decision by Cahill.
Martin Atkinson, the fourth official, holds up the board. 4 minutes on it.
4 added minutes.
Having had a goal inside 30 seconds, so we might get a late one as well, but it has looked more likely to come from the side that are leading, that we get the insurance from it. Lescott. Can Everton do something akin in added time to what Barcelona did in the Champions League semi-final at Stamford Bridge? One goal, of course, wouldn't win it. It would take it into extra time, 15 minutes each way.
Everton need to get a set play somewhere and just get the ball into the danger area.
Well, it's been a drama for Bill Kenwright, and he knows about those on the West End stage, here on football's Northwest London stage. Well, tragedy would be the wrong word, but it's not going to have a happy ending, it seems, for Bill's men. Getting to an FA Cup final is another step up the ladder. David Moyes has been emphasising that, but they've come here to win, and for much this very hot afternoon they've been in contention, and they're still in contention of wiping the smiles off Chelsea faces. Chelsea, though, should be taking absolutely nothing for granted. Lampard, and it's Anelka. Well, you can't say they haven't had the opportunities to put real daylight between themselves and Everton.
Look at the movement, Anelka, and who passed the ball? Frank Lampard, and that's inch perfect. Good first touch from Anelka. And then just can't keep the lob down. Again, good movement from Anelka. And the central roll out. Didier Drogba's gone out to the right-hand side.
That can involve him. Should be tidied up by Lescott, but Everton obviously physically tired, but mentally stressed as well now. No team in an FA Cup final has had a quicker start. time. There was a lot of recovery time for Chelsea, and recover they have done. And here's Basingwa on the burst. Anelka's in the middle, it's outside the box. And it's certainly a foul by Baines. A yellow card for Baines.
Well, good run from Basingwa. We haven't seen him get forward as much as we normally do. I'm not sure how much play he's got at Basingwa there, but he had to jump over the challenge.
Chelsea have 2 in the penalty area and 2 over the ball. To have 3 out. And it's 1 down the clock time from Didier Drogba. Pienaar gets it back. That's Mikel. Usually in the FA Cup, certainly in the Premier League years, the team that's carried the higher league position has won through in the final. Chelsea actually gave the lie to that when they beat Manchester United 2 years back.
Drogba, but it's over. Chelsea have won it for the 5th time, this time for their Dutch master. A very sweet climax to a short stay at Stamford Bridge for Huijs Hiddink. He may have to find a new head coach, but he knows who the players want, who the fans want, and who may yet be available again. Frank Lampard decided it with a spectacular. And it's still this hoodoo that Everton can't break. Chelsea have a hex on them. The last winners at the old Wembley, the first and now 3rd winners in the new stadium. Chelsea from southwest London are writing their own pages in the FA Cup history in the northwest of the capital. Stuart Robson.
Well, I think Chelsea deserved it. Well, undoubtedly they deserved it. They played the better football. They created problems down the left-hand side that Everton couldn't cope with. And in Frank Lampard, they had a midfield player that not only could create, but could also finish. Everton huffed and puffed, but it wasn't really enough. They put in a good display. They're going to have to get a little bit more creativity if they want to challenge for honours.
They've done it by the comeback route yet again. Chelsea 2, Everton 1. Jim.
Thank you, Martin. Thanks to Stuart as well. A season without silverware is a failure. The pre-match quote from Frank Lampard, who scored the winner here, and it's Chelsea's day. It is Guus Hiddink's day as well. What a farewell for the Dutchman. Everton fans did their best for their team. In the end, it wasn't enough, and Chelsea winning by 2 goals to 1, and with a 3rd goal that we might see before we leave you that seemed to be over the line. I don't think too many people, Paul Parker, can really argue that Chelsea deserved the trophy today.
Oh, without a shadow of doubt, they were the better side in the second half. Everton improved on their first half performance. It just wasn't enough, no real cutting edge. They relied on Pienaar far too much in the end. He just couldn't do enough for Everton to get themselves back into the game.
It's quite astonishing, isn't it, that Everton, whenever they play Chelsea, they do not win.
That is a strange one, considering the results they've had, and this season, previous season, this team has a hex against them, but they were the stronger side, Everton. It wasn't great football we saw this afternoon, but we just saw a powerful performance on the Chelsea side, and that is their major strength. It is all about power, and just the movement of Anelka. Lovely little ball that was into Frank Lampard for the winning goal. Malouda had one of his better games as well, and so in the end they got what they deserved.
And Frank Lampard, Players' Player of the Year again at Stamford Bridge. Well, a wonderful goal this, scored with, I guess, with his swinger, with his left foot.
Was it? Didn't look like a swinger when he actually
absolutely
put his foot through it, and for me it was the ball to him from Anelka. I thought Anelka's played really well, played a little bit deeper than what he normally does, pushed onto last man a few times this afternoon, gives the ball to Frank Lampard, changes mind to use his right foot, hits it on his left side, gets a touch in it in the end Howard, but not enough to actually push it away from goal. But just don't want to take anything away from that strike. Sheer power that took it away from Howard, but the fingertips weren't enough.
Will we look a little bit at Howard in the cold light of day and wonder about whether he should have kept it out?
I think it'd be mentioned because he managed to get his fingertips there, didn't get enough on it. He got a decent spring to his right-hand side, but just couldn't spring enough to get a full hand onto this shot. But I'm going to give it all to Lampard. It's about the power, obviously direction as well. Absolutely brilliant.
And Lampard saying he wants Gus Hiddink to leave with a trophy. It has been a pleasure, the Dutchman being in charge of those players, and Lampard the one who delivers the FA Cup for Hiddink and delivers the FA Cup to Stamford Bridge. A word on Everton, the fans were fantastic. I have to say the fans won the battle here today, and I guess that man David Moyes once again got everything he could out of his squad.
I think he did, to be perfect honest. It's a small squad, but they've just been brilliant throughout the season. It's been a team, it hasn't been about individuals this season, but we saw an individual in Pienaar trying his best today. I think they missed Arteta, his craft, his creativity, and that's what they really do lack, Everton. If you can say anything against them, they lack that consistency of a creativity from a couple of players to maybe give them a little bit more of an edge when they're out of the game.
It's a great game this when you win, isn't it? And it's a horrible game to lose. And I guess, I mean, the Everton fans will look, and we might see it before we leave you, at a great chance for Louis Saha midway through the second half before Lampard got that winner.
Certainly was, and he knows he should have scored that one. It was a perfect cross as well. Just comes in from Baines, and he got good power in it. He just couldn't get the direction. I'll tell you what, Peter Cech wouldn't have seen that one if he hits the target. It was just so much power in the header from Saha, but in the end he just couldn't direct it onto goal.
And a picture there, we saw Frank Lampard and John Terry together, Paul, just endorsing, just underlining the massive importance this FA Cup competition has for all British players, in fact for everybody watching around the world as well.
I think definitely with the British players, it's something that they would have grown up with seeing teams winning games at Wembley. Yes, they've seen sides win titles, but FA Cup finals, I think we've all grown up, we've seen them, we've seen that celebration, and we just see it as maybe the biggest occasion in front of cameras, big crowds, just everything, whole euphoria of what happens on occasions like this, and we all want it. So when you got the opportunity to play in one and then to win it, it's just something that you just cast back to, and you just want to relive the situation.
And the picture there, we saw Ray Wilkins on a shot there. He's worked very, very well behind the scenes for Chelsea this season. And it'll be the Chelsea players who have enjoyed this occasion who will get the spoils as well. But you mentioned one fellow on the Everton team there, Stephen Pienaar, the South African, who ran himself into the ground today. And many people would feel slightly unfortunate not to get the Man of the Match award.
Well, I thought he should have got the Man of the Match award, and yeah, Ashley Cole's done very well. I think it was made easy for him really by the way Everton set up on that right-hand side of their defence. He was allowed to push forward, and he just took it on board, and that's how he gambled, and he had a lot of joy from it in the end. Looking
at Phil Neville there, that losing feeling, that goes so deep, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and to be honest, he's been to Wembley a few times. He's had a lot of occasions where he's won trophies in Manchester United, just didn't manage it with Everton.
Well, I think we're just about all set for the presentation here at Wembley, mercifully taking place in the shade. Let's rejoin Stuart Robson and Martin Taylor.
So, the extremes of emotion and the amazing antics of celebration. Great pals, Drogba and Essien and Mikel. The stern-faced steward of Philip Neville. David Moyes has done so much for Everton, but their search for silverware goes on.
It does, as Paul said, they haven't quite got enough craft. They relied very much on Fellaini and Cahill's aerial ability. They tried to get crosses into the box. They didn't get enough quality crosses into the box. And in the end, they didn't quite have enough. And that's been the case for the last few seasons.
And the fourth official, Martin Atkinson.
The officials making their way up. Chelsea just have to the jubilation of actually getting the medals on hold until the other formalities are complete. But Drogba again, Stuart has come up with the goods on the big day.
Yes, he started off the game, didn't really look too interested. He'd been beaten by Lescott on 3 or 4 occasions, but when it mattered and a quality cross came into the box, he timed his run perfectly, and what a header it was. I don't think he did that much in the game. I thought Anelka and Malouda were more positive than him, but he scored that great goal, and that got Chelsea back into the game.
In case you're wondering, it's actually cold there. Looks like something to keep him warmer. Those items of clothing are also designed to keep him cool, I believe, Stuart, as well.
Yes, apparently so. I mean, it's been a very hot day here. The shade is going over most of the pitch now, but the players have got to take a lot of credit to be able to play in that sort of heat.
Well, Howard Webb has left his home in South Yorkshire to come down to Wembley, and he won't be back for a month. He's going to the airport tomorrow. He's off to the Confederations Cup to officiate almost 3 times the old climb, which famously was the 39 steps at Wembley.
This year, but tremendously supported.
It's a trudge when you're a loser, but they're gallant losers. I don't think they can feel that they didn't give it their best shot.
No, they certainly did give it their best shot. They got off to a great start. I just think at times they didn't get enough men forward. They didn't play through midfield enough to enable other players to go and join in with Saha, get Fellaini further up the field. It's a tactic that's worked for them on many occasions this season, but Chelsea were just too good for them on the day.
Neville has the consolation of 3 winners' medals in his time with Manchester United, but that's no comfort at the moment. It's a microcosm. Nuno Valente on the left, Mikel Arteta, who couldn't play, particularly Arteta, who is their midfield maestro, who was injured at Newcastle earlier in the year. It has been an injury-hit season, and it again means that we must point out what a fantastic feat it's been for David Moyes, 5th in the Premier League, the FA Cup final. But their competitors, they want more than that. They don't want to be acknowledged. They want their places on the roll of honour. A near miss for Everton after a real hit so early in the game. Will Neville is a gentleman, manages the right kind of response to the dignitaries. Kofi Annan, special guest of honour today. Bill Kenwright, who lives and breathes Everton Football Club. He was an actor before he became an impresario, and he's acting out the right kind of emotions here. He will be aching inside. Jacobson there did well when he came on in the second half. It stopped a certain problem. Another arrived in the shape of Frank Lampard. Sympathies for David Moyes. Dave Richards there at the Premier League. More at the gallop, with more to collect. A stadium still in its infancy, but John Terry and several of his Chelsea colleagues have already passed this way before. Certainly putting down the name of the South West London club in the history of this competition. When you look back at 1923, the 20s from the first Wembley, those early years, well, generations to come will look back. So who were the teams when that Wembley opened? Well, Chelsea did pretty well, didn't they? And they've done pretty well today, but not after some early difficulties. They had huge respect for Everton. It wasn't misplaced. They were caught with a sucker punch.
They certainly were. And they didn't get off to a good start. Everton, right from the kick-off, scored that first goal, but they had that composure and the confidence in their play, and the manager, just to keep them calm, they had a good game plan, and really they dominated the game. It was only a matter of time before they got back into the match, and once they were equalised, you always felt that they would go on and win.
And Chelsea are back in the winners' enclosure. 2 years on, it is a game in the FA Cup. Cup run started by Scolari, taken on by Ray Wilkins, and finished off by Hoos Hiddink. Bruce Buck, Peter Kenyon from the boardroom. But the handing over of the FA Cup has actually happened from Kofi Annan. United Nations is a good description of the Chelsea Cup. FA Cup winners for 2009. Getting to be a pretty good habit for John Terry. Twice captain. He also won a winner's medal in 2000. He was a substitute. He didn't get on the pitch, but still get your reward for that in the last game at the old Wembley. Last FA Cup final at the old Wembley between Chelsea and Aston Villa. Ashley Cole, a record equaler, a 5th winner's medal, and certainly a phenomenon in that respect in modern times. And the man of the match today, Stuart.
He certainly was. He was outstanding. Galloped forward at every opportunity. He didn't have to do too much defending. He took Osman the other way. And when Gosling came on, Gosling didn't have a chance. He kept having to run back towards his own goal. He was absolutely outstanding. His partnership with Malouda is one of the key factors why Chelsea dominated.
There is money as well, £2 million for the winners, £1 million to the runners-up. But that's incidental. It is about winning. Ray Wilkins, who won it as a player, but no, this is their main man today, who shares it with his assistant. What a golden touch he's got. Whichever country he seems to work in, he finds the vocabulary, he finds the mentality, he gets into players, he makes them work for him, they love him. And they're desperate to keep him at Chelsea.
The main thing is, he's a top coach. One of the most innovative coaches, one of the most brilliant coaches Holland have ever produced, and the world has ever produced.
In South Korea, in Australia, in Spain, and of course in Holland, and here in England. He's a great guy, and he's got a great record, and he's just added to it here today. And there were some problems for a coach to sort out. Tim Cahill has come from the other side of the world and is a loser for a second time, 5 years old. He knew he had a better chance today than he did with Millwall. Played in a good spirit. In terrific conditions. And it was a very good game. We've seen some Dua finals. Thanks to you, Stuart. And it's been a pleasure for me, Martin Tyler, to be able to be holding a microphone today as, again, history is made in the FA Cup before our very eyes. Chelsea have won it. Frank Lampard settled it. Everton contributed to it. Let's rejoin Jim and Paul.
Thank you very much indeed, Martin. Chelsea celebrate Gus Hiddink as the cup in his hands. If he goes, when he goes, it seems very, very likely, Hiddink will be welcome back any time at Stamford Bridge. And those players know how much they owe to him. Ray Wilkins, who was in charge for that victory at Watford. Interesting that Hiddink insisted that Wilkins was part of lifting the FA Cup. And you you talk about the special one who was once at Chelsea, Paul Parker. This guy's pretty special too.
Oh, he certainly is. I think he's kind of equalled maybe Mourinho's popularity without obviously winning a Premier League title, and it is all about winning, you'd say. But I think even Chelsea fans still would have held him in high esteem, even if he hadn't have maybe won this trophy. He's just added something different to Chelsea, but it was under Scolari really. They just needed a change, and they got the right man to do the job.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul Parker. Thanks to Martin Tyler and Stuart Robson, your commentators. This is Jim Rosenthal on behalf of the whole production team at Wembley. Just reminding you, Chelsea conceded the quickest goal in Wembley history, and Didier Drogba and Frank Lampard ensuring that the good-sitting reign ends with a trophy. The FA Cup, as Everton wave goodbye to their gallant fans, the FA Cup is back at Stamford Bridge. Wherever you've been watching, thanks for your company. Cheerio from Wembley.